Hi guys, just getting ready for work. In this video, we are going to do a bit of driving and talking. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell you the difference between the school system in the UK, and perhaps you can compare it with the school system in other parts of the world. So for me, just a bit of backstory. I am a school teacher. What I'm going to talk about is the school system in the primary and the secondary school. I do not teach in the primary or the secondary school. As a matter of fact, I've never done so in the UK. In Jamaica, I taught at a high school for a number of years. I taught business subjects. But in the UK, I teach at the college level. So come with me. I think I'm okay. One final look, and I'm ready for work. So let us drive and let us talk about the school system in the UK.
Okay, here we go. And before I go any further, people, I'm going to encourage you to share, remember to like, remember to comment on this video as well. So we are going to talk about the school system in the UK. First off, to say that between the age of say 1 to 3, you have what is known as nursery. Then you have preschool, then people move into what is known as preschool. Preschool is what is known as, basic school in some settings, in some countries. That is what is called basic school or infant school. Afterwards, the official start of the student's journey is called the reception. So what you call grade 1 in some places is known as reception. And the student, the child starts going to that official, start of their education system, education life, I should say, just after their 4th birthday. That is not to say that going to nursery or going to preschool, that the child is not taught, that the school journey has not started. Because of course they have to learn to balance, you have to ensure that they're able to interact with others as well. But as far as the formal start of the education system, it starts at reception. Okay. Now in the UK, students actually wear uniform to school, and that is really, really good because I know that in some countries, for example, in some schools in the USA, I know that students, that the children wear, they do not wear uniform to school. They just dress casually. But in the UK, just to say that yes, students actually wear uniform to school, and this is something that I admire a lot. So if you want to ask, okay, what do they wear? It is common for you to see in primary school for children to wear cardigan. So the thing that you call pullover is what they call cardigan. So it is very common for you to see primary school students wearing cardigan. Now when you get to the secondary school, then they wear what is blazer, and the boys mainly wear a tie to accompany the blazer. But just to say as well, going back to the primary school system, there is a summer dressing separate, different to a winter dressing. So in the winter, you wear something that is lightweight, and you understand in the winter that it is cold. So of course, you have to wear leggings to take off some of the cold. In the summer, it's a custom for you to see primary school students wearing socks, so tall socks. It is very common for you. I know that in some countries it looks a bit weird when people are wearing tall socks, but in the UK it is the norm for primary school students and even secondary school students to be wearing socks because it replaces the tights in the winter. Okay, now so that's the age. In terms of lunch, going in the primary school system, there is no tuck shop. So in some schools, some countries, I know that what you do is to give the child money and they go to the tuck shop and they purchase their lunch. In the UK, it is not like that. For the primary schools, you must do a pack lunch. So you have to pack the child's lunch from home, and you must ensure that it is as balanced, that the meal that you're preparing, that whatever you are putting in their little lunch kit is nutritious. You ensure that you have your little fruits and everything like that. So it's not just putting, like whatever you have at home, biscuit or anything like that. Because of course, when they are eating, they eat in the presence of everybody. So it is very easy for the teacher, for others, for people to monitor. It is monitored to ensure that, they are eating nutritious meals. So yes, just to say that pack lunch is what is used in the UK. And I must say as well that, so you probably are wondering, what if people cannot afford, what if you have some people who are not able to afford meals for their, for the child. Some people are entitled to free lunch, and if they're entitled to free lunch, which is means tested, then of course the school will provide that for the child. As a matter of fact, there is something that must be commended as well. As of school year commencing the 2024-2025, all primary school students in London will be getting free school meals, which is what they call lunch. So what that is saying is that parents will no longer need to provide like that pack lunch for students in the primary school, because they will be getting free school meals. So that is really, really good. So that is for the primary school. The secondary school, yes, like I've said, they wear blazer in the summer. Then of course, boys can wear, in some schools I should say, they can wear like short pants. The girls also wear shorter skirts. So whereas in some countries, etc., you will see it will be very common for you to see the girls wearing trousers. In the UK, a lot of girls actually wear skirts. So that is very common. And the thing about it is that I know that in some countries, they're not allowed to wear the skirt really short. But in the UK, it is allowed. So what you would call PE skirts, physical education skirts in some countries, it's a normal skirt that school girls are allowed to wear to school. All right. The next thing I want to talk about is resources. I know that in some countries, the resources are provided by parents for primary school, like all your school books, all your writing books, everything is provided. The only thing that you need to provide in the UK is a bag for the students to take to school. So what that means is that like the writing books, they are provided by the school and they are kept at school as well. So there is a separate book for every subject, and that book is given out at the start of the school year. So when I say that it is given out, what happens is that the teacher will write the names of all the students in the class prepare a book for them with their names on it. That book, the student will access every time that they have that subject. So all the books, all the writing books are kept in the same room. So the students do not have to go from room to room in the primary school. Once they get one classroom, that is where they stay to do all the subjects that they have. That is their base room for every subject. So all the books are kept there. And what they do is that, for example, if they're doing English now, they will get their English book, and they will write in it, prepare it. When they're finished, they are going to put it away, meaning in the designated area that is in the same classroom. Then when it is maths time, then they are going to go and they are going to get their book. Most times they are kept on the table, a side table or everything and stuff. So students know their names. They just look for their name. And as soon as they're finished with that, for each subject, they return the book to where they got them. And the teacher will be able to, do the marking later on if that is the practice for where the teacher is concerned. So just to say, in terms of resources, the writing books are prepared and are kept at the school. The pens, the pencils, the rulers, the sharpeners, you do not need to provide anything because they are provided and they are kept at school as well. Now for the secondary school, it is a bit different in that, they keep their own books. So whereas in the primary school, the books are left at school, for the secondary school, the child is fully responsible for their books. So they get like a timetable. They must know what subjects they have on the specific days, and they pack their bags accordingly, which I think, that is the same for everywhere else. Something that is different as well is in terms of the exam fees. So I know that in some countries, a lot of parents they become anxious when it is time for their child to do the exam when they get to fifth form. In the UK, that is free, so the education system is free. There is no school fees for primary or secondary or for the college as well. No school fees. And when it's time for them to do like the GCSE, whatever exams that is being done, it is free. So no parents have to pay. And that is not just for the end of secondary years or the end of, in some countries, I know that you call it high school years. It's not just for that. When you go to the college level as well, it is free. So, that is a great opportunity for people to take full advantage of, the resources that's available and, of the education system as well, just to make use of the opportunity that is presented. Because in some countries, especially in like the third world countries, it is not like that. The parents have to actually pay for the exams, all the resources as well, not just for the secondary school. They have to buy the books, the pens, the pencils, and everything from primary school days, not just primary school days, from reception school days. Everything has to be provided by at home. The thing about it, so whereas in if I was to compare the uniform system, I would say that it is more expensive in the UK. So for example, in other countries where you have to buy the material or buy the uniform, usually you can buy it wherever you wish to shop. So there is chance for you to shop around and and get a bargain. Whereas in the UK, for example, yes, the trousers you can shop around, get bargain because it will always be like gray trousers or it will be, I would say, black. But when it comes onto the blazer, when it comes onto like the cardigan, you have to buy those from the school directly because the school logo will always be printed on the cardigan or on the blazer. So because of that, it is more expensive because there is not the opportunity for you to shop around and to get a bargain. So yes, all in all, that is how the education system works in the UK. It's a beautiful system. And the opportunity, I would say that it levels the playing field in that everybody have access to education. So it's not dependent on who is able to afford it from who can't afford it. Because as it is in other countries, in some countries, like if the parents is not able to pay the school fee, if they're not able to pay like the exam fees, and on top of that, I know that in some countries as well, in addition to buying the resources and having to provide like lunch, whether or not you can afford it, sorry. Yes, so I know that this takes off a lot of pressure from off parents and thing. Let me know, guys, in the comment section how things work in your country. Let me know if you like the setup as well. Is this a setup? Do you think it is good? Is there something that you would appreciate happening in your country as well? Remember to like, remember to share, remember to subscribe. Thank you for being on this channel as well. Thank you, guys. Bye.